Hello and welcome back to Karate 360. We're back in studio. I'm one of the hosts, Kalan Anglos.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
And this is Karate 360, where we bring you all the latest and greatest in the karate world. Let's get started with the show.
Episode 48. Let's get started with the show. You will kikai, I will sweep low from local to global. It's the thing that we love. Karate!
Sanrokumaru.
360.
We go away for a week and you forget the song? What's going on here?
Let's start the show as the beginning of the song. So when you said let's start the show.
Karate 360.
Let's start the show. You will kikai and I will sweep low.
I see. It's going to screw everything up for me, Richard. My goodness.
Too much sunshine.
Too much sunshine, too much hanging out, and too much going crazy.
That's right. Oh, I've got two guests here to the show coming in to say hi.
Two little gremlins coming in.
Two little gremlins coming in.
Richard,
how's you doing, gremlins? Want to come over and say hi on the show?
Oh, look what we got. Finally, James and Emma making an appearance on the Karate 360 podcast.
Making an appearance on the show.
Wow. Just fresh back from vacation, you guys
That's right. We all went to Canmore, Alberta.
Ooh, and the surrounding areas.
And we found out that there are other things in life but karate.
Yeah, that's nice to realize sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes you need something like that. Oh, yeah, there is other stuff out there.
You know, we got on some rocks. We did some crane stances. We saw the world, so that was good.
Jikata every day.
Jikata every day.
Of course, as a true karateka would.
That's right. Jumped in some really cool. Hey, you know what I did? We have new guests who've coming into the show.
Guests coming in like
crazy.
Lots
of people coming in the studio today. Should have locked the doors and put on the red lights.
We're on
air.
That's right. We're just so famous. Everybody wants to come watch us.
But I did the famous under a Rocky Mountain waterfall. Put my hands together and I did where you get under the waterfall and you're like, I'm going to meditate.
Yeah.
I did it for 10 seconds.
10 seconds, good enough.
That's right.
I did the complete opposite. I did not the complete opposite, but we've talked about it before, a sensory deprivation tank.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. You go deep in the tank.
Go deep. Well, you don't
go for
deep,
a float?
But you go for a little float.
Okay.
I've done that, twice since you've been gone, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. It's interesting experience. Very good, actually. It kind of relaxes you. It resets, recharges you a little bit, but I was feeling pretty good after.
You hear nothing but your heartbeat, right?
That's right. You put earplugs in your ear. The water is the same temperature as your skin, so you don't necessarily feel it, and it's loaded with Epsom salts, so you're floating. Yeah. And the water just goes, it doesn't go in your eyes. You're on your back and just kind of goes halfway up you or whatever, and you're just laying there in the darkness.
It's like being in the Dead Sea, that sort of you can't. Could you sit up and hold a newspaper sort of thing?
You could, yeah. You have enough room to sit up. You have enough room a little bit to kind of float around.
But would you float sitting up? Is it that
you'd be
dense?
No. You'd be you'd just be seated on the pod. But it's great. I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of, because we don't do it here, and this kind of relating back to karate, but it's like mokso.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. I think we've done it here before.
Yeah.
But I used to do it all the time. Growing up in Shiraru, we used to do mokso, and it's kind of similar, where you just control your breathing and just really try and get into your zone, I guess.
Yeah, we do it here, and we'll do it. Some clubs will do it for a long period of time.
Yes.
I like 3 exhalations.
3, yeah. Well, then you're asleep.
Yeah, well, or you're ready to kick ass.
Yeah. I see. So your 3 breath thing, you can do whatever in that 3
I don't
breath.
like law mokso. I remember doing it in Japan, or doing it when I was doing Iaido's Japanese sword training.
Yeah.
They would do it for an hour, and I'd be so anxious, No. The other guy's not waiting an hour for you to get ready.
No.
They're going to take you now.
Let's do karate.
Now. So
no, it's because you said when you go to sleep at night, you
3 exhalations.
3 exhalations. So you can use that for whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so afloat. Very good.
There we go.
We're back in action.
Back in the Karate 360 studio.
That's right. When you look at your stuff coming up for karate academics and karate life, because in the northern hemisphere, we're getting fired up for going back to school.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Well, I don't know if I'm ever ready, Richard. I just kind of more of just a dive on in and see what happens kind of guy.
Let's see. You're going into your PhD program.
That's correct.
You're going to be teaching classes at the university.
I found out 2 of them. Yeah, one that I've taught for 2 previous years, so I should be pretty fine-tuned at that one, but another one that I wasn't expecting to get that they want me to teach as well. So
that's amazing. You are going to be presenting at a conference on your karate test.
That's right. October 10th in Winnipeg at the CSEP conference. I'll be presenting the standardized fitness test research that we did for karate athletes. Yeah.
You're going to be applying to be an official BC team coach.
That's correct. The application is coming in, Rodney, I promise.
Teaching here at Kenzen.
Yeah.
Sports karate. And
the the personal training stuff.
Personal training here. Yeah. And we're thinking about having a jiu-jitsu class.
And a jiu-jitsu program.
That's right.
I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Why don't you just keep those keys you borrowed?
Yeah, right. Just, I don't know. Time management and it'll work. Actually, funny you say that. We were talking before, but the university kind of shuts down in the month of August, and especially the last 2 weeks of August.
Yes.
But I need to know some answers now. Like, when are my classes that I'm going to teach,
yes.
and like when do you need me there, and all that. So trying to get my September schedule together has been a little bit frustrating, but we'll get it going. We'll make it happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be busy. I think for me, one of the things I'm most looking forward to is doing the fitness testing again on the BC team. And we're going to be possibly modifying some of it a little bit. Not modifying, but we might add a couple things. We were talking about that dynamic kicking flexibility.
I sent you a video on that.
Yes, I know. I haven't actually looked at that video yet, but I did see you sent it to me. So we can't really discuss it because I didn't look at it.
Okay. we can talk about it in the fitness part of the podcast as well. It's about doing a pancake, like basically straddle, sitting stretch, and then having someone hold your hands and roll you forward into a split, and then roll back and forth. There's a bunch of gymnasts do it, and they found that all their kids get really, really flexible quick fast.
For training, I can absolutely see that benefit. Actually, I do that a lot if it's kind of what I'm thinking. Yep. I do that a lot with a lot of my clients too, to kind of increase their range of motion. In terms of testing and measuring, it's going to be
you wouldn't use it for a test. You would use it to prepare. You would use it to get more flexible for the test.
Right. Okay. It's like a warm-up type thing.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it for sure. We'll make it happen.
Awesome. If anybody out there wants to be in our after-school program, get in line.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know if you saw my notebook, but there are 3 pages of notes just from today.
Yeah.
Of parents calling. Of course, I'm just writing a massively loud. I'm writing a massively loud. Sorry, just waving at the audience.
Yeah. While we get our picture taken.
Exactly. People just running. Yeah, I just going through all the names of for example, there's an after-school program, like a really big service in our town, and they required everyone to register by April, and they pick up all over the city. And then after the last day of school in June, they decided that they had enough picking up at all the other locations. They just canceled all the parents at one school
right away.
Yeah, after they had said we'll give you confirmation in April, they took it away like July 1st. And those parents at that school, which is really close to us, but we don't actually pick up there yet, they are scrambling. They've been calling us, so they called us when it happened. They're waiting to see what happens, see what other options, and now they're called us back. And everyone we've talked to, they can't find any other option. So we're literally looking at a new staff, buying another van, and
starting a whole new after-school program. Like, we have after-school program, but getting a whole other
group. Like it could end up leading to us adding another 2 to 3 schools.
Crazy.
So taking our program, doubling the size of it.
Crazy. So if you're wanting to get in the after-school program,
call me now.
Karate, you better call
250-507-1441.
Victoria, British Columbia.
Operators are waiting. 24/7. So that's been kind of keeping us busy, and then we just bought a ton of new equipment today.
Yeah, some gym equipment.
That's
which
right.
I'm excited for, and I'm sure everybody else will be excited for when they see it.
I'm not telling you what it is. You guys will just have to come in and be surprised, but it'll be loaded into the club tomorrow by 11 a.m. And
awesome.
It's stuff.
It's stuff. It's happening.
It's
definitely.
happening.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's get into global news.
All right. Start us off.
All right. Well, two of my friends, shout out to Paul Atkin from Kelowna Shotokan Karate, and Don Sharp from Canada JKA Shotokan. They were at the JKA World Championships in Ireland.
Ireland.
That's right. I hope I said that right. I think it's Ireland.
You think it's?
I was thinking maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not Ireland. I think it's Ireland.
You just got Ireland.
There it is. Yeah, University of Limerick.
Limerick, Ireland.
2,500 competitors were there.
Whoa.
Remember, JKA Shotokan is probably the largest karate association in the world.
Oh, yeah?
You know what? It's so big that, do you know the history of JKA? Where after Nakayama Sensei passed away, Funakoshi started it, and then Nakayama Sensei took it over from him, and then Nakayama Sensei passed away in the early 80s, and then there was a court case between 2 sides that went through all the 90s.
Yes.
Where the 2 sides trained on either side of the dojo and didn't talk to each other. And then one side won the court case. And during that time, a lot of people used the JK name and the logo and the tiger image, because the red sun with the white circle.
Yes, yeah.
They used all that stuff and they weren't actually part of the JKA. They just said we teach the JKA style. And so when the court case finished, they made it an actually incorporated company, and they said in Japan they trademarked it properly and said, okay, you can only use the JKA logo if you're in the JKA. And they've been trying to trademark it around the world and stuff. So it's still the largest organization. It's got way more organized. When you go to Japan, we'll go to their head office because it's like an office building. So there's 2 floors of offices and stuff, and then there's 2 training floors. It's a really gorgeous space.
Crazy.
So yeah, they had their World Championships, and we have the results.
Oh yeah, we do. Of course we do. We find that kind of stuff. All right, so do we want to go over the gold medalists of each division, and we're looking at it now?
Yeah, I copied it over here. So if you want to,
let me bring that
take it up. I think what we should do is, and when I look at it, they just do it like in Japan where it's just your age. So they don't do like intermediate whatever. So maybe what we'll do is go from age 19 and up.
That makes sense because it starts all the way age 9 all the way through really. So yeah, let's just start 19 and up here.
So there's 19 to 21, then there's men's kata, then there's men's kumite, and then we can do the same thing on the women's side.
Okay.
All right. Shall I start us off?
Start us off.
And of course, I just
I did the same thing.
I just switched it. I'm like,
scroll past.
Wow, look at all these great things. Okay, so I'm going to do Kumite age 19 to 21 boys.
Okay, go for it.
All right, and gold medal here is Popov Vezvolad from Russia.
Now, did we want to do the kata? The kata was above it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boys. So kata 19 to 20 is Nakata Takumi.
From Japan, I guess.
From Japan, yes.
Right.
How did you guess?
Here it is. This is the Big Daddy men's kata final. First place is Kurihara Kazuaki.
I think it was a really good idea that you said the names in this one.
I think it should be Kazuaki Kurihara. Kurihara is his last name from Japan.
Yes.
Japan sweeps
Japan
all
first,
3.
second, third, and fourth in the men's kata.
And fourth.
Crazy.
Okay, you want to do men's kumite?
Men's kumite, we have Rodrigo Rojas from Chile. And then again, Japan got second, third, and fourth, and fifth.
And shout out to Paul. I think Paul made it all the way to like best 16.
Nice. Good for Paul. That's
best
awesome.
16, best. Oh, wait, he said it. Best top 32 out of 201 competitors.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is a huge number.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I think the JKA World Championships 2 years ago had like 60 to 100, but they did it by weight division.
Yeah.
This is one weight division.
That's crazy. So congratulations to Paul Atkin there.
All right.
Let's keep moving on here. We got, I'm back at girls 9.
So you want to do girls 19 to 21?
Let me just scroll on down here so we can get this. Again, we'll post these results onto the Facebook page as well when we post this on Monday morning. Don't forget these episodes come out on Monday morning. But let's keep going here with kata 19 to 21 girls. The gold medalist was Kazusa Nagata from Japan.
Silver was Japan, but bronze was Russia.
Ooh.
All right. Kumite, age 19 to 21 girls is, all right, please apologize. I apologize. Please apologize to me that I can't read your name. Lazrak Nosalba from Belgium took gold medal, and then Switzerland came in with the silver. Hungary came in with the double. Hungary came with the bronze, and Switzerland also came with the bronze.
And then look at this in kata women's kata. First place is Iyano Nakamura from Japan, but Japan again first, second, third, and fourth in the kata. So for men's and women's kata, Japan takes first to fourth for both of them. So absolutely just sweeping and then some.
And
the
then
podium
some. And then
of the
some.
kata.
Kumite for women, first place is Mai Shina from Japan. And Japan takes the silver, and Argentina takes a bronze, and Japan also takes a bronze. I think Mai Shina is also on the JKF Japan national team, if I recall correctly. We've seen her.
And then we got the team kata, the men's team kata, the winners. Who else would it be? Japan won gold in that one. France got second. Canada got third.
Congratulations, guys from Canada.
Team Canada. I wonder I don't know who's on that team. I'll have to look into that.
Yep.
Who the members of that was. And Team Kumite also winning the gold was Japan as well. So congratulations to Japan winning the Team Kumite for the men's. And I'll just keep going here. The team kata in women. Who else? Japan winning that again. And the team kata for women, you guessed it. Team Kumite, I should say. For women, you guessed it. Japan.
Was it Japan?
It was Japan. England and Argentina coming silver and bronze there. So Japan, cleaning up here in this and just kind of showing their dominance really across the world. Really,
this is really interesting because here's a tournament that's happening in Europe. So there's a lot of very strong European competitors out there, but Japan just cleaned it. Now, does that mean that in the JKA system? Now, let's recognize a couple things. In JKA in Japan, they have a professional karate instructors training program called the Kenshukai.
The karate instructors training.
Karate instructors from
instructors.
Yeah, and so it's 1 year, and you go, and they have a program where you go into the headquarters basically every day, or they move you around. You train, and you learn how to teach, and then the training you become a professional instructor.
Okay, so now do they train you to be a karate instructor? Do they train you, like, obviously it's karate, but do they also teach you on like pedagogy, like how to actually teach?
Yeah, exactly.
So wow, that's really cool.
It's famous because I think it's gone back, I could be wrong, but maybe back to the 60s and 70s. And then, in those days, it was just, you just train. You just get really, really good.
Sure, yeah.
And then if you pass at the end of the year, and you have to basically support yourself for the year. It's kind of a famous, like, I passed the Kenshusei program, the internship program. It's prestigious. So there's a higher level of technical instruction there. And then just the ecosystem is so big, but it is big. I would have suspected there would be more European, more international medals, but straight across the board there. Well, good for those guys, and good for everybody who showed up, because I think it's important when you're in a style system that's one of the cool benefits. Is now, I know in Canada they had to have a tournament inside. There's so many people in Canada. They had to have probably the States was the same for the JKA. They had to have a tournament to select who got to go.
Okay, yeah.
But normally for a styled World Championships, really, if you have the money and the time, you can normally get there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you can have a World Championships experience. For example, next year, if you wanted to compete in the Wadokai World Championships, I can sign you up right now and you're in.
Maybe I'll do it. Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm telling you.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm serious. It's in England.
Okay.
And remember, it's the All Nations.
There you go. Oh, the All Nations. That's right.
The All Nations,
that's
right? But I think it's an opportunity for you to experience a World Championships, whereas, you'd have to go through your state or your province and make the team, and then make the national team, then make the continental,
right,
and then get to go to a Worlds. And sometimes these Worlds, the levels really, really good, because you do have people who are already in that system going through, and then you have other people who aren't in that system and they get their chance because they've got the money and the time.
Sure, yes.
And they had to fill that. And the good thing with the Wadokai is there are weight divisions. They just take everybody. It's all one weight division, right? Yeah. But in the Wadokai, there are weight divisions. So you can say, okay, I know I'm going to be going in with people that are basically my weight, basically my height. And now if they hold it in Japan, I think all the styles are the same. It's single elimination. But when they hold it outside of Japan, they do repechage.
Okay.
So you're probably going to get 2 fights.
Yes.
Right?
That's cool.
You can go next year?
Money and time.
Money and time.
That's all you need.
Well, if you're doing 200 personal training classes at once,
should be able to cover one of those.
Exactly.
All right, so there it is. That's our results. That's our Karate Global news of the week. Let's dive in.
Just right now, the PKF Juniors is happening in Buenos Aires.
How could I forget?
Started today, and so we will bring you the update next week. I know Canada got a bronze today in kata.
That's right.
At one of the age levels. So good luck to everybody down there from all different countries. And next week we will go over all the actual results.
Yes, from the Junior Pan Ams.
The Junior Pan Ams.
In Buenos Aires, right?
Yes, right.
Awesome. All right, let's get in now to a little bit of tactical.
Hit me.
You hit me.
Ow!
That's what we need around here. Some sound effects. Nick, hey, get on the sound effects.
Exactly.
All right, go for it. Give us your tactical of the week, Richard.
All right. So one thing I was thinking about when I was out in Camor and I was hiking and I was moving around.
Does this involve grizzly bears?
It doesn't involve grizzly. Oh, the grizzly bears will actually eat you and crush you up there. One thing is, and you see this a lot in the summer where people do beach training. So we did some kata and stuff on the beach, on the water, and in the rock. And the first thing that's funny is, when the kids were doing it was like, hey, like, it's awkward. Like the ground is uneven, and I'm in my shoes, and that's uneven, and my knees are wobbly, and I'm not getting a solid footing and stuff. And I was like, no, this is good because this makes it more realistic.
Yeah, totally.
In how you're trying to apply it. So one of my thing for this week is when you're training outside and you're on the uneven ground or in your running shoes and stuff, is not to be so rigid in your stance, but get the kime in your body. Does that make any sense? Like
lock the skeleton.
Yeah, like lock the skeleton, get the nailing of it, but don't think about gripping the floor really hard because you have no hard grip on the ground.
Yes, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so we were practicing the kata, where the stance was loose, but the body weight was more fluid.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So it's kind of like practicing kata the way you would do it for like more practical street application.
Yes. I actually really like that too, because, coming from a physiological world of this, when you look at training on hard sturdy floor, we look at what's called ground reaction force, which is how hard you press against the floor. And that's what starts your kinetic chain. That's what starts the energy up to how hard you punch and how fast you kick. But when you're doing it on sand or unstable ground, it takes that away. So you really have to focus on your body and having the right technique in your skeleton and your spine, and all the muscles that aren't coming from the legs. So I love that. It really not only makes you improve your kinetic chain through your body, but it also makes your muscles work, like you said, more realistically.
Yeah. So it was good. So a couple things we did is we did it in shoes, we did it on the sand in bare feet, and we did it wearing backpacks.
Cool. Yeah.
Right. So what we wanted to do was make it a little bit more realistic and
a little bit harder. And more self-defense sort of style, but still give a bit of mental rehearsal and make it a bit of fun. Sure. Put on a show for everybody there.
Yeah. So we did it beside the beach. We did it on the mountain. We stood under the waterfall.
Nice.
Without sliding down the hill. So my technical tactical this week is, if you're having really, use the season to go out and do something with it.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
I've done kata in like minus 30 degrees, like really minus 30 snow up to my shins, and literally got hypothermia within like 2 minutes. I had to like lie down there with like blankets and something. I was like, this is no problem. Well, it was me teasing everybody at this course I had to teach. This was ages ago. Like, and no one was really trying that hard. I'm like, you guys got to try harder. Otherwise, I'm taking you outside. They're like, Sensei, you don't go outside at minus 30 in bare feet. You just die. I'm like, no, you don't. I'm going to take you outside. Like, they just started laughing at me. I'm like, okay, that totally backfired. So then I literally went out after the class and I started practicing with a friend.
And almost get hypothermia.
Yeah, and like my instructor at times like taking pictures of me, and they're like, why are you taking pictures of me? Because we're watching someone die. I'm recording it. And I remember it getting so cold and so painful. That's like when actually things were locking up. And I came in, they're like, you're literally blue. I was,
but I showed you.
And it was. I have a picture of that.
I believe
the moment before I collapsed.
That's hilarious.
All right, I do. By the way, don't go outside in minus 30-degree weather without a doctor's note.
All right, let's get into a little karate fitness tip.
All right.
Actually, what I just want to bring you guys today is a drill, not a drill, but an exercise that you can do on a treadmill. You can do it on anything, but I do it preferably on the treadmill. And what this is used for is this to build up your anaerobic capacity, your anaerobic performance. So we know those anaerobic performances are like those high-intensity outputs where you then have rest. It sounds a lot like kumite, right? You kind of are bouncing around, moving, and then you explode, kind of bounce around. So this drill you can do on a treadmill or again, anything else. And what you do is you put the treadmill up to an incline that you can kind of handle, but it's tough. I use 10. It's called the 10-10-10. So you're supposed to put it up to a 10 incline.
Okay.
And then what you do is you go for 10 minutes and you go 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So 10 seconds running on the 10 incline and then 10 seconds off. 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 10 minutes. And then every minute it gets a little bit faster,
wow.
Until you're at a point where you're like, okay, I can't go any faster for 10 seconds, and then you just finish off your 10 minutes. So again, you start at kind of a walking pace for the first minute, then you kind of pick it up, like I said, every minute, but 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And by the last 3 minutes, you are like doing 10-second hill sprints. Like you're sprinting for 10 seconds, then you're resting for 10 seconds, sprinting for 10 seconds, resting for 10 seconds, and you're doing that basically, like I said, for the whole 10 minutes or as long as you can. Make note of how fast you got, how far you got, and try and improve it.
That's really cool because anybody at any fitness level can technically do that because they just changed the
it's
speed
just relative.
and the pace.
Yeah, it's just however good you can go. If you can only get to it, whatever, a 6 kilometer or 6 mile per hour, whatever it is that you have, that's great. But the whole idea is to just improve as you go. So that's why you do it. You write it down. Maybe the next week you do it again, see how far you can get. But this one's really good because it does directly relate to karate performance. You're using the energy systems required in karate.
I guess you could basically do it like land sprints.
You could. The thing about it is there is an incline, so it adds that extra intensity. So you do want to have some kind of incline if you can, because otherwise you're just running on a level, floor type thing. It's a little bit different. So you want the added intensity of going uphill.
Well, I can tell you right now that there's like 64 mountains on this island, which are over 1,900 meters high.
Perfect.
So there you go.
Run to
lots.
the top, walk down. Yeah, you got lots. You got lots of hills. So there it is. Yeah, you could do it on a street, whatever. Just somewhere you get 10 seconds up, 10 seconds down.
10 seconds up, 10 seconds down. That's not very long of a hill. You just got to find a hill.
You say that now, but when you are on the treadmill and you're
true.
going 10 miles an hour and you're sprinting, that's the longest 10 seconds and the shortest 10-second rest. And then you're back on.
Well, yeah, it's true. I guess I was thinking like you just need something that's 100 meters or less because you could go up and then you could walk back.
Yes.
And then you could go up.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
All right. That's what we're doing tomorrow.
10. There we go. So that's just something that'll help you guys improve your anaerobic performance that will directly relate to karate.
Awesome.
There it is. All right. What do we got for upcoming tournaments? Do we have anything coming up here in the WKF World? I don't think there is. I know
in September there's some events. I think there's one in Germany.
And we also know here the season kind of starts for karate for some of us too.
Yeah, a lot of for us the season's going to be starting, and
you're right. There is one September 8th to 10th. It's a K1 Premier League in Germany, Leipzig, Germany, and then September 16th to 17th is the Junior and Cadet and U21 Mediterranean Championships in Morocco, and then also at the end of September. Yeah, we should go to Morocco. I'm down for that. The end of September 23rd to 24th again. We have a K1 Series A in Istanbul, Turkey. So 3 big events coming up in the WKF World here, coming up to September. August is almost over.
It's amazing.
It's crazy. Summer's almost done.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's gone by so fast. We have one more week here before school starts.
Things kick off and really gets crazy.
That's right. This place is going to be packed, jumping,
kicking, flying.
And a little punching.
There you go.
All right. What episode was that?
I don't know. 48, 49.
Episode 48 in the can.
Just flying. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, we got coming up. It will be our 1 year in September as well. September, right. I think it's 14th. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 14th. So whatever the episode is that we're on
Champagne.
there, that's our Champagne episode.
Oh, we have a lot because like this weekend is also the big pro fight.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my goodness. We just went through a whole episode of Karate 360 we didn't talk about.
Well, we were talking about before.
We were talking about it before. Yeah. And we will bring it next week, too, because we'll know the results. Obviously, this comes out on Monday, but we're recording on, Thursday. So the Mayweather-McGregor fight has yet to happening this weekend, but we will talk about it next week on the episode.
It's hilarious when you read anybody in MMA. They're like, he's got a chance. You read anybody in boxing, it's like, no, he doesn't have a chance at all.
Yeah.
I saw the belt that they made for it.
Yes, I saw that too.
3,000 rubies, 9,000 diamonds, and like green alligator leather. Or something.
It's just crazy. I have a client that I train. We train boxing. He's pretty well off here in Victoria. He's a real estate agent, one of the top ends. You do, man. Preet Candola. Yep. He sets up sessions every single day. He trains every single day. He texted me this morning. He says, I can't come today or the rest of this week. I said, why? He said, I forgot. I'm going to Vegas to go see the fight.
That's right. That's awesome.
Goodness. So he'll be there watching it. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about it next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, to this episode of the Karate 360 podcast. I'm Kalan Anglos.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Sanrokumaru. I almost forgot.